tell Shawty spin around and watch it. Every time I hit the stage, I make it. Yeah, I just pull up to the crib and then boy, if you ain't talking paper, I tell Shawty spin around and watch it. Every time I hit the stage, I make it. Yeah, I just pull up to the crib and then
You wanted something to save, you wanted something to tame. You wanted me to come running when you called my name. You wanted something to train, girl, that you could keep on the chain, girl. Ever since you laid eyes on me, you've been barking up the wrong damn tree. Girl, you tried to tighten up the collar clean. About the holler, that's one pill I ain't never gonna swallow. It's only one way this ends.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to Foxborough, Massachusetts, where the keeper of the light sounds the fog bell to signal that it is indeed time for football inside Gillette Stadium. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we got a great one in store, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the New England Patriots. On the visitor sideline, Pete Carroll, the coach of the Raiders. His guys pulled off a massive upset over the 2 seed a week ago. Now trying to take it a step further here in the divisional round. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys fresh coming off the bye, ready to prove they are the team to beat in the conference. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And it wasn't really his best performance of the year in the wild card round last week. He just had the 1 touchdown pass, but he got the job done and his team advanced. For them to continue on to the championship round, though, he's going to need to take a few more chances with the ball downfield, push it a little bit more, and make sure his team finds its way into the end zone a few more times.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off of play action, here's Smith. Pass taken in by Mayer. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Short throw caught by Bowers. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Yeah, I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now Geno. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play there for Vegas. 42 yards. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Thornton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
That's another Las Vegas 1st down. 1st down.
Geno going to hand it to Ginty. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
From the gun, here's Smith. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and short, going with a tight end. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal.
On first down, it's Genty.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
The quick hitter complete. It's Myers. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jacoby Myers, a 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Raiders are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
Extra point by Carson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So now here come the Patriots to take over on offense. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
They'll throw with May.
And Diggs has it. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to receive.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
A Hall of Fame coach once said, there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or 2. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out.
They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
A carry here for Trevion Henderson.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Here's May. He's into space past the 25.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 22-yard line.
That's another Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
To the air, May.
A quick throw, but incomplete.
momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Looking to throw. May. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Raiders are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football, as they'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up the score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Throwing now is Gino. Completes this one to Thornton. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Here is 3rd down and 4. Gino now to throw. He'll find Genty out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
A run straight ahead with Genty. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Here's Smith. And that is incomplete. He had a defender right down with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Back deep for New England is Marcus Jones. This is taken at about the 14. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Patriots take over. New England's offense set to go. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first down, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Crazy.
To throw, it's May. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 34-yard line. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone.
And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
At the 44-yard line.
Throwing here is May. Oh, he finds his running back who snuck right down the middle of the field.
That's That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
They had yet to run the ball at all in this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. Sharp move, but can't find much space. Drop just inside the 20. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
From the shotgun, May with it. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll try and throw for it with May. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Smith now to throw. Open man right side, Myers. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Here's Smith. It's Myers again with another catch. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down. A run out of the gun with Genty. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
We really didn't have any doubt that he was going to be one of the top-rated rookies coming into the league, especially as a runner. And he's given us no reason to change our minds. That's a big-time run, and the production that he showed us in college is translating very well into the National Football League.
To throw is Smith. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Now Smith. That's complete. It's Ashton Genty. Down the right sideline. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ashton Genty, 49 yards. And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Patriots with the football here late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together even They'll come out throwing here on first down. It's complete to Williams. And he goes out right around the 39. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And it'll be second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to throw here. Finding Williams once more, complete. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Crazy. What's that? Hey, what's that? 5. Crazy.
From the gun, it's May. Well, it was hit as he threw it there, and now it winds up incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stuff. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Short pass caught by Henry. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield strike at the 49. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. They'll throw with May. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's May. And this is caught by Williams. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
You want to see more, but you honestly saw like it slows you down. Your body gets out of bounds. Your mind is out of bounds. It's telling you that.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To the air, May. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well. That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long. And this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal. Because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
And his kick here is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. But the Patriots going to take over here to start quarter number 3. Well, this offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Looking to throw, May. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
The Patriots, first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Crazy.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. Down the sideline he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Carlson now to add the extra point. And it's 21-3. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. And he goes out of bounds after a solid return to the 45. New England trying to get a place on offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
It's a gain of 34.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Hey, here we go, front. Hey, what's up?
They'll run here with Henderson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot down. Treasure Point splits the uprights, and it makes the score 21-10.
Patriots 10.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And the returner down to a knee. This will come out to the 35-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Genty. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Deshaun Gibson there on the tackle. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on third down, Smith. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
New England's offense set to go.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten a pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working. The same mindset, playing the same tempo, and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
To throw, it's May. But he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
And this one is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point of the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Fourth down, here's May. That is caught. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Henderson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Throwing here is May. Williams brings it in. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 43. It's a really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And Diggs has it. And we'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Final minute now of the third quarter.
2nd and 2 at the 35-yard line.
Henderson running straight ahead.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
They'll go back to Henderson on first down. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots.
Trevion Henderson
with now his 2nd touchdown of this third quarter.
And the Patriots are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
The Patriots will line up right.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point.
Patriots, 18.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
It's a gain of 11. And the Raider first down.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Throwing is Smith. The pass are going to get there. Down he goes. Robert Spillane.
Backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to...
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Geno now to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Keon White, the offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. And he's able to get it out of there. Jones on the return. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. 51 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
He's got Hooper on the short connection. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's got it to Williams. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That one good for 13 at a New England 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner. We watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Henry's got it out on the left side. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Here's 2nd and 3. Up the middle, here's Henderson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Trevion Henderson saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Patriots have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game.
kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round, and they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. Now it's Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. Once more with Henderson. And this time he'll get in. Touchdown, New England.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to get their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Raiders 21.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Completes this one to Thornton. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
A give out of the gun to Genty. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The offense on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Smith. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
25 yards on the play. And the Raider first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Up the middle. It's Genty. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. So from the 37, here's 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's Smith. Throw left side complete. That's Thornton. 2 yards on the pickup there. And 3rd and 1 now. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball.
Looks like Pete Carroll wants a second opinion here. So out comes the red challenge flag.
No gain? Quarterback sneak? No gain? Aren't you supposed to get something out of that?
And needed a full yard there. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Now Gino. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down.
Gino Smith sacked. A loss of 8 yards. 2nd down.
Throwing now is Gino. That's caught by Tucker. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Playoff lives at stake. Boy, this is a big one. 3rd down.
Smith. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a fourth down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter. So to get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
New England trying to get a place on offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember down on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time.
To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. That one looks like he'll throw here. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
At the 49-yard line.
From the gun again to Henderson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Gibson here running out of the gun. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
3rd and 2. Trying to take this home, they'll run. And that should do it. He's got a first down, and the Patriots can run it out from here. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They go to a knee here, and with that, it's on to the AFC title game. The Patriots, as they so often do, moving on to the playoffs as we say so long, everybody. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Patriots winners here at home as we say so long from Foxborough.